next guest is a superstar of quadriplegic rugby. It's a sport that recently documented an award-winning film called Murderball. You saw it too, right, Bill? It is unbelievable. It's in theaters now. Please welcome Mark Zupan. How you doing?
Doing well, yourself?
Good, good, good. Thanks for coming. Explain Murderball, first of all, so people know what this is.
It's kind of like high-speed bumper cars where you can just hit people. I mean, it's something that you've never seen, but you want to see it. You see it, it's like Jackass meets the NFL meets a Psycho Ward or something.
And it is incredibly violent. You know what I was to? What was it? Roller derby?
Yeah,
I used to watch it as a kid. Boom! And you just knock guys into the wall.
I mean, that's what's wild, because in the pile, the ball's on the ground, and you're like, oh man, did I just get hit in the face?
You know, now, was it tough getting sponsors for something like this?
Yeah, it is. I mean, with the name Murderball, you go to a corporate sponsor, they're like, you play what?
Yeah.
How the hell am I going to give you money to go? So they had to change it to wheelchair rugby, but now it's kind of funny because now look, there's a movie called Murderball, there's Reebok did an ad, the Hartford does stuff.
Somebody do a video game. That'll be the next thing. That'll be the next thing.
That'd be cool.
Now, there are a lot of misconceptions about the quadriplegics. Explain, and you talk about this in the film, too.
Yeah.
Explain some of them.
Well, people think quadriplegic is Christopher Reeve, you know, which he was, but he broke his neck C1, C2. I broke it C6, C7.
Now you say, okay, C1, C2. What do you?
C1, oh, you have 7 cervical vertebrae.
So the higher you break up, the worse?
Yes, the worse it is. And I was doing an online thing for the Washington Post today, and somebody said, well, these guys are paraplegics. It's like, no, we're quadriplegics. Because you think you can't move your arms. But the lower you break it, the more function you have. See, my hands are, that's a fairly decent hand, but that's...
So that one's really
that's how it stays.
Like that. Okay, okay. Now, how did this happen to you?
I was 18, playing college soccer in Florida. We went out after a game we had won, and I scored. It was kind of wild because it was the last game I ever played. Scored a goal, but my buddy was offside, so it's like... So, anyways. You're like, what are you talking about? We went to the bar. We both got drunk. I passed out in the back of his pickup truck. He wandered out, I'd say about an hour later, hopped in the car. I drove south.
He didn't know you were in the back?
He had no idea.
So
he drove south on I-95, spun out, threw me out of the back of the pickup truck, over a fence, over trees into a canal where I spent about 14 hours hanging onto a branch until somebody found me.
Wow, okay. So pretty stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, you're 18 years old. I thought it was the safe place to go. Let's go wandering.
And you still see him?
He's my best friend.
Okay,
we actually started a website called The Quad Father.
Yeah.
Because I call him the Quad Father.
Right, right.
For obvious reasons.
Well.
So he's my best friend. He's like my brother.
Yeah,
it's like rehab for the mind.
You know, the film deals with some questions you most often ask. I mean, the thing I found, it's not funny, it just made me laugh, is the way how people treat you differently.
Yeah.
Explain some of the things people do.
Well, it's funny because you'll be sitting here with your friend, and they'll come over and they'll say, does he want to eat something? I'm like, hey, I'm right here. You can ask me these questions. Or they talk to you like you're deaf. It's like, hey, how are you today? Like, I can hear you. I have a brain in my head. I can speak. Just talk to me.
I don't know why people do that, but they do. And something else that comes up in the film is girlfriends and sex. Everybody wants to know that. They want to know, is everything broken?
It's like, honey, you have no idea. We'll talk about that later. No, I mean, girlfriends, sex, we can pretty much do anything except walk up about 10 flights of stairs. You'll get there, but it's going to take us a while.
Okay. But, you know, it's interesting because I was watching you guys, this scene in the bars where a bunch of you guys are hitting on girls and using this to meet women.
Why not? You have a great view. It's an ass-level view of the world. I mean... Come on.
But I love how, you know what it reminded me of? I had just seen Wedding Crashers where they prey on the women because they go to the wedding and it says like, and then they want to come over and be like a mom. And then I watch you guys suck. I'm just going, oh, shut up.
It's like, oh, yeah, like Scott says, the more pathetic I am, the better. It just works sometimes.
Now, in the film, there's incredible rivalry. And the thing I thought was very realistic is about the fact that there are some of you guys don't like each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's Joe and I. Joe, well, and a lot of people may not like Joe, but Joe and I haven't liked each other since '96.
Right.
So somebody will ask, so you guys play this up for the movie? It's like, no, we just haven't liked each other.
Because he was a guy, he was a star player.
Right.
He became coach, then was dropped, and then later went to coach the Canadian team. Is that correct?
He got cut for the 2000 Paralympics.
Okay.
Got all mad, sued, tried to get on the team.
Okay.
Then he's like, all right, I'm going to go coach. Which the man is wicked smart when it comes to rugby. He just, in my eyes, doesn't convey it well.
Yeah.
So he went up there. He brought Canada from, I think, 6th in the world to they beat us in Sweden. And I mean, yeah, it's just, it's kind of funny. We were doing an interview for the LA Times. It was Josh was the writer, myself, Joe, and his son. And Joe's like, you know, I don't really want to hold grudges. I'm like, I'm not holding grudges, Joe. I just don't like you. So and he's like, well, okay, I can respect that.
Now, there's a scene in the film where you meet a newly injured guy. And it's interesting, because I think to most people, this is like the worst thing. Oh, my God, how do you deal with this, you know? And you realize shoes, other things, all the things you would normally use, you don't have anymore. And this, is it Keith?
Keith, Keith Cavill.
The motocross guy.
Yeah. And you see him in the chair looking at the motorcycle, what, a month after?
Yeah, I think that was maybe 4 months or so.
Yeah.
But it was right, I mean, it was relatively soon after, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess for a lot of guys who are really athletic, suddenly you're not athletic. In this sport, you can be an animal again.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you the competitive edge.
Yeah.
You find something that was missing, you know. Playing college soccer, you're sitting in a chair and you're going, damn, you know what? Am I going to be ever be able to be competitive again? And you find rugby or you find wheelchair sports and you're like, wow, the rush is there.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yes,
Because I know he saw your armor-plated chair, for lack of a better word. Is that what you call it? It's like an armor-plated tank chair, whatever.
It looks like something out of Mad Max.
Exactly.
With a cow catcher
and you got him one, didn't you?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I got a donation. Somebody called and saw the film in Boston, and they got a donation. They said, I want to send you some money to get a chair. I was like, all right, cool. Well, the premiere in New York, we called everyone down, all the subjects, and everyone was standing. And Keith, I snuck down the right side of the theater. Keith was on the left, and he couldn't see. Snuck down. We got him a chair, and he was just like, it's just like in the film when you see his eyes just go.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was the exact same thing. He was just like, this is for me? You mean I can take this home with me? And then I talked to him 2 days later. He's like, yeah, I was chasing my little godson trying to run him down because at the end in the tricycle.
Now, we have a clip. This is the scene of you guys being jerks again.
Oh, man.
This is you guys playing tricks on
Bob?
On some woman.
Oh, this is
great.
Yeah.
This is some woman.
Explain
the movie. It's a scene from Ocean's.
Yeah, Ocean's 11. You know when they put the little Asian guy in a box? Well, Bob doesn't have any arms and no legs, so we kind of put him in a box.
Here, take a look. Take a look.
So are they coming down?
Call the girls. No. We're asking if we can
call the girls.
All right.
Oh, just flip it upside down.
Yeah, just put it right over top.
Here, Danny, just there you go. Will it work?
Oh, exactly.
Bobby, are you comfortable?
Yep.
Sorry, not.
Hold on. Where are you going?
That's big.
Oh, peeing. Bobby's gonna suffocate.
Scott needs a hand.
Quickly, my box fell over with my bag in it.
He just needs a hand real quick. I can't pick up the bag.
Good.
I mean, I think you
just pick it up quick, I guess.
just pick it up quick.
Shouldn't I put it like this?
No, because I don't think I pick it up, and then the bag will be.
Just pick it straight up.
Pick it straight up.
All right.
All right.
It's amazing. No matter what you do to guys, you can't remove the jerk gene. You know, it just stays there. Well, this is a terrific film. Murderball is the name of it. It's an exciting story. It's an inspiring story, and you do a great job. Congratulations,
Thank you,
buddy.
sir.
Mark Zupan. Be right back with Robert